What's up, guys? It's Simon from Lake Hub. We're out here camping. I'm talking about camping with your kids. I've got 3 kids under the age of 10, and they've all been camping their entire lives. They totally love it. It's the highlight of their year, and honestly, it's really the only vacation we do. So I've got a little bit of experience tent camping and camper camping with kids. I want to share with you some tips and tricks and things that you don't want to leave home without. I've got one cool trick to share to make sure that your tent and your camper stays clean, even if your kids are totally filthy. So stick around for that too. All right, advice number 1 is just to make sure that you pick a good spot for kids. I've got another video called How to Pick the Perfect Campground Spot, and you're gonna wanna watch that because there's a few key things you're gonna want. Shade, if you can, if you're camping in a place with natural shade, then definitely pick a shady spot. Something close to restroom. You know, if you're doing a lot of water activity, you're camping out on the lake like we are right now, then waterfront is cool. If you've got little kids, playground is cool. If there's a playground, get close to the playground, because then you could just chill out in your camp spot. They can go play in the playground, and you don't have to hike them there or anything like that. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. They can just kind of help themselves and go play. And that's totally great too. If there's a camp spot near a playground, then take advantage of that. The other thing is wheels. If your kids like riding bikes or scooters or skateboards, then get a spot that has a nice level, concrete or asphalt pad for a camper and parking spot or whatever. Make sure that there's a place for them to ride. We actually are camping in kind of like this, what is off season used as like a group camping spot. So there's a pavilion in the middle, concrete with a covered thing, so it's shade, and it's like the perfect little scooter track. So they've just been going nuts in there, and we don't have to worry about it because they're right there, right behind our camp spot. They're in shade and they're just having a blast. So pack some wheels for sure. Speaking of shade, if you don't have natural shade, then you need to create some shade. I mean, that's gonna be really important for your kids to cool off, most of the year, even in the winter time. I mean, you can get sunburned, but especially when it's hot, when it's sunny, you gotta have a shady spot. So we'll pop up like an extra tent, just a little pup tent. Cool place in the breeze, set it up so that it's catching the breeze and it's flowing through. Nice little shady spot to chill out for a little bit. We have a 10 by 10 pop-up kind of just day tent. We'll usually put that somewhere around the picnic table. Oftentimes there's going to be a picnic table at improved campgrounds. So there's a place to kind of go, play games or eat lunch in the shade. So you really want to, as much as you can, create shade, take advantage of natural shade. So if you're coming out camping with kids, obviously you're coming out to have fun, right? But you don't really need to overthink it. You can go, kind of simple and minimalist. If there's water, swim trunks, swimsuits. Go swimming, man. Have a good time. Those kids will have a blast. If you're into fishing, then bring your fishing poles. If you've got a boat, then obviously that's going to be like the main reason that you're camping at the lake, right? Is to have fun on the boat. So you're going to have all your boating gear. Other than that, soccer balls, footballs, a wiffle ball and a wiffle bat. Just really simple, just outside fun, especially if you're camping near a field. If there's like kind of a mowed area where they can just go have a blast and just play ball all day, especially if they're really into sports. And then if you got little kids, my kids love this. Look at the little butterfly net. It's a bug catching kit. It's just got 6 little containers. And we keep this in the camper. This is special to camping. So what happens is they totally forget that we even have it. We unpack the camper and they go, the bug catching kit. And everywhere we camp has totally different bugs. So that keeps them just occupied for a long time, chasing spiders and stuff, trying to trap them, and then creating little habitats for them and trying to keep them alive. They give them names and everything. So a little bug catching kit like that is really fun for camping with little kids. Other camping related activities that are great for kids is just helping around the campsite, helping with food prep, with fire prep, setting up and tearing down, things that might even kind of slow down the process if they get involved. but don't be shy. I mean, the kids really want to learn this stuff. They really want to get into it, and they really love it when they're included. So don't be afraid to include your kids in all those processes, even if it takes a little bit longer. It's worth it. Speaking of food prep, you really don't need to overcomplicate it. Camping with kids, keep it stupid simple. Ham sandwiches, hot dogs and hamburgers, roast stuff over the fire, foil pack dinners, things where you could take like some pre-cooked, smoked sausage and some veggies and stuff and pack it all into little foil packs and set it in hot coals in the fire just to really just warm it up is what it amounts to. Things like that, super easy. No condiments, no chopping. You can do some food prep if it's a short little weekend trip. You can do all your food prep at home and bag it all so it's just ready to just go out and cook. So anything over the fire is simple. The fewer things that you have to like boil and prepare that way, the better. Just keep your food simple. The kids will love it because it's different and you're just having fun outside. One thing I like to do if you have the ability is some extra storage. So, we just from camping over the years, we've got a big tent, we've got a little tent, we've got our camper. And so we'll pop up, one of the tents, even if we're camper camping, just for a little extra place for kids to go read or color, if, kind of hide out and maybe nap for a little bit or something like that. We usually set that one up so if there's a breeze that is blowing through the tent, and then it's a great place to kind of stash everything too. So bikes, scooters, and chairs and all that kind of stuff, you can keep them out of the dew, keep them out of the weather at night. So a little extra storage is kind of a handy tip too. Finally, my secret tip. Now, I was camping on the West Coast in Southern California. We were beach camping, and that's where I first saw this genius idea from one of my camping neighbors. They out there, you get just sandy and salty and messy and all that kind of stuff, and all the campsites are just dirt. It's just a lot of dirt, and so it's just a mess. So one of the things a lot of people will do is keep a bucket of water by the front of the tent or front of the camper. You dunk your feet, and then there's an old towel, right on the inside, pat them off, and then that's one way to keep your tent clean. But there's, kids just still have a way of getting sand and dirt and stuff everywhere. And so my neighbor was using one of these. It's a little weed sprayer, right? It's just a hand pump weed sprayer. And he kept it full, and he actually had like the bigger, I don't know what it is, like 3 gallon or something like that, one with the wand sprayer, and he's spraying his kids down top to bottom, stripping them down, spraying them down before they go inside. And I thought, that is genius, and it totally is. So this is something that we now pack and keep handy when we're camping with our kids to clean them off. Even just washing hands and stuff. That is super handy. I hope you found this helpful. Don't miss my how to pick the perfect campground spot video. Talk to you soon.